Welcome to our exclusive series, 7 Essential WordPress Hacks, where you take your blog from good to great in just a few easy steps. Did you know that WordPress is more than just blogging software? It's actually a killer foundation that you can build upon to create a website with truly amazing capabilities. You can harness the incredible power of WordPress by implementing these 7 essential hacks. By the time you're done with this series, you'll have transformed your website from just a regular old blog into a highly functional, bulletproof, multimedia machine. So, if you're ready to take your site to the big time, put on that hard hat and let's start hacking. In our first hack, we're going to change the permalink structure for your website. Now, why would you want to do this? In the example shown here, you can see that my permalink, which is a fancy name for the URL address of the page that I'm on, is ebaysalesblog.com /?P=1. Well, what is that? That's pretty cryptic. That doesn't tell me anything about the article. You can see here that my article is entitled Effective Permalinks, and it sure would be nice if the URL structure told me a little bit about what I could expect to find on this page. Maybe it includes the title of the post. Well, what if instead of $P=1, the URL structure instead included the title of the post? Wouldn't that be more descriptive? I certainly think so. And in addition to being more helpful to humans, having that kind of information in your URL structure benefits search engines as well. It will allow your posts and your content to be found and indexed more easily, which means that more people on the web will be able to find it. This is something that you definitely need to focus on if you're ever going to get serious about monetizing your website. So, without further ado, let's change those permalinks. To begin, you'll need to log in to your WordPress administration panel and you want to go to Options. Within the Options menu, you'll notice a sub-navigation link that says Permalinks. Now, within the Permalink sub-menu, you have a couple of options here. The first one, and the one that's currently selected, is called Default. But we've already established that that structure is not very good, so we want to change that. You're presented with 3 other viable options here. The first one is date and name based, the second one's numeric, and the third one is a custom URL structure. For my money, the second one, date and name based, is pretty good. The third one, numeric, you can leave that out. The fourth one, custom, is probably the most powerful because it gives you total leverage. You can do whatever you want. Personally, I'm kind of leaning towards custom these days, and I'll show you the structure that I like to use. Basically, I just want to see the title of my post after my initial URL. So in this case, it would be ebaysalesblog.com /myposttitle. In order to accomplish that, we simply enter the required code, which is / and then a %, followed by post name, another %, and a /. Now we want to update our permalink structure. And you'll notice an error message at the top. Not really an error message, more of a warning message. It says, I should update my htaccess now. If you've never done this before, that can be kind of intimidating. htaccess is simply a file that goes on your server that governs how the server responds when certain URLs are called upon from a browser. Now if you scroll down, you'll also notice that WordPress has automatically generated a block of code that I need to insert into my htaccess file to make this new permalink structure work. If you've just installed a fresh installation of WordPress, then the odds are you don't actually have an htaccess file yet, so you'll need to create one. There's a bit of a caveat here though, because you can't just use any old program to create it. You need a special text editor to do this, and you can't just use the standard notepad that comes with Windows. My Windows-based text editor of choice is called Notepad++, and I'm going to use this to create the htaccess file. All I need to do is copy the code that WordPress provided, paste it into this new file, and save it. Now, notice I haven't chosen a file type here. I have a lot of choices, but I don't want to use any of those. All I want to do is name the file .htaccess. Now, with my new htaccess file, all I have to do is FTP into my server, go to the root directory where WordPress is installed, and then move over the htaccess file, like so. Once the upload is complete, I want to test out my site to see if the changes have taken effect. In order to see if my updated permalinks are working, all I have to do is visit a single post page on my site. You can see here that the URL structure has been successfully changed, and now instead of that cryptic $P=1 garbage, we now see ebaysalesblog.com/effective permalinks. That sure does tell me a lot more about what I could expect to find on this page, and it also tells Google a lot more what it can expect to find on that page, and in the future, that could mean more money and more traffic for you. That's all for this edition of Tubetorial, but next time come back and join us for our second essential WordPress hack, the AdSense plugin. See you then!